Okay, big story that we're talking about today, and I want to start by talking about some of the Tata Group companies. The Tata Trust board meet is today, 10th October. And remember, we've been tracking very, very closely what has been happening in this rift. The rift in the board of Tata Trust got so deep that you actually had 4 people from the board and 1 observer meeting 2 top union ministers in Delhi. They were roped in to intervene in this messy situation, and it comes just about a year after the passing away of Shri Ratan Tata. So even as we look at what's going to happen today, here's how we lay it out. 10 o'clock onwards, you're going to have those board meetings beginning. It's literally India's corporate crown which is caught in that tussle. So we're going to get you sources on what is expected at that board meeting, and would like to introduce Nisha Podar, our executive editor for corporates, who's joining in and of course is well known for her corporate coverage. Nisha, welcome aboard. Great to have you here. Vishwanath Nair, our bureau chief, is at the Cuff Parade office of the Tata Trust. That's where the board meeting is going to be. Charu is joining in outside Bombay House, which is the corporate headquarters of the Tata. So we have the story covered end to end. We will also bring you analysis of what led us here. But Nisha, I want to start with you and what you were learning, because this has been very contentious. But going into the board meeting, I believe that there may be an olive branch in sight.
That's right, Tamanna. In fact, just a day before the crucial Tata Trust meeting, it is crucial not because of the agenda, but because the 2 factions of the Tata Trusts which have been warring and are in clash are, for the first time after this clash for boardroom seat in Tata Sons broke out, are meeting for the first time in the committee meeting, and that is today. So just ahead of that, we did see thawing of relationships between the 2 factions, that is one by Noel Tata and the second by Mehli Mistry. Now, what I do gather from a source very close to Mehli Mistry, and he did say that there is no interest in a board seat after the discussion really didn't go in his favor. It is behind him, and he wants to move on from that particular friction and have a usual course of business when it comes to Tata Trust's operations, and also carry out its responsibility as a trustee. He also said that while speculations are rife on what the resolution could be and the way forward and how this conflict is going to go forward, well, on that one, the source close to Mehli Mistry have told NDTV Profit that there is no pressure, or no trustee has asked Mehli Mistry to step down, and Mehli Mistry himself has not even deliberated on this particular aspect. Is going to be business as usual for him. We did also gather that it's expected to be smooth functioning on the philanthropic activities of the committee meeting. We did reach out to Mehli Mistry on his comments on this softening of stance from his end just ahead of the committee meeting of Tata Trust, and he gave us a no comment. He didn't want to comment officially on this particular matter. But there are 2 reasons here, Tamanna, which have really led to this. First, of course, the big government intervention. And the second, we just have passed the big death anniversary, an important milestone of Ratan Tata, and late Ratan Tata's legacy also came to the fore. Sure. And all the trustee members have been close to him. So just ahead of the meeting, we did see some thawing of relations.
I don't know if it's a thaw or it's a truce. I think that's really the question today. Vishwanath Nair, I'm going to come to you on that. And, you know, you're standing guard there. I don't know if you'll get pictures of the board members coming in. They'll probably just go right through those gates at the World Trade Center. But what's on the agenda officially and what's on the agenda unofficially?
Right, I've been actually waiting to see some Land Rovers enter this building, but not yet. But, you know, the expectation being that the board meeting will start some point around 10 or maybe 10:30. And then eventually you will, it'll go on through the day till about 3 p.m. That's the understanding. Now, in terms of what is there on the agenda, 1,700 crore, that's the amount of money that Tata Trust, the group of multiple philanthropic trusts of the Tata Group, received in terms of dividend payouts from Tata Sons. So that was for FY25. This meeting is essentially to ensure how that money is spent what kind of philanthropic activities they will be spent on. Some of the other regular sort of conversations around funding, around new initiatives and stuff like that will likely get discussed. What is not likely to get discussed is nominee director appointments, because that was one of the crucial points. As Nisha was mentioning earlier, there has been this these factions being created within Tata Trust, different groups backing different styles of management of Tata Sons. Tata Trust own 66% in Tata Sons. So they are the controlling beneficiaries and they have the right to appoint two nominee directors. Noel Tata is already on the board. Venu Srinivasan is on the board. So apart from Noel Tata, you could still appoint two directors. Vijay Singh, who was the other nominee director, has stepped down last month after a very fiery meeting that happened last month, September 11th. Since then, of course, there's been this conversation about who's actually going to take over. While the fight was originally about, which faction gets the right to decide who will actually hold that position, it seems now things are heading towards a truce, as you mentioned. So we'll see whether anything on that comes up during this meeting. Of course, that's not on the agenda, and typically in these kind of philanthropic meetings, you don't want to randomly introduce new issues of discussion. But anything is possible, maybe not probable. So we will watch out for what exactly happens during this meeting. As of now, nobody of prominence has entered this meeting. There are 8 members on the Tata Trust Executive Committee. Of course, Noel Tata and Melly Mistry are the two big figureheads. Apart from that, Raz Khambata, Jahangir Etsi Jahangir, Jimmy Tata, you've got Venu Srinivasan, Vijay Singh, all of these people who are part of that Executive Committee.
Yeah, well, Vishy, ping us when the Land Rovers arrive. But let's also take a closer look at the ownership and what got the Tata Group here. Because before we get the legal experts to weigh in, Charu is standing by at the Bombay House with more details on what the dispute is about and what deepened the rift.
Yeah, so to add background to what the dispute is about, we must understand that it is two trusts that, form the consolidated Tata Trusts. That is the Dorabji Trust and the Sir Ratan Tata Trust. What happens here is that they do not just only take care of the philanthropic work, but also have a massive over 60% stake in Tata Sons. Tata Sons in turn handles financing and major governing decisions for almost a lot of influential businesses of the Tata Group, including the TCS and, Tata Motors, Air India, so consumers, transportation, and several other sectors, over 30 sectors where, the group is involved in some capacity or the other. Those decisions are taken by Tata Sons, and Tata Sons' major ownership lies with Tata Trust. What has happened here is that after the demise of late Sir Ratan Tata, there have been a formation of sort of two factions, one led by Noel Tata and one led by Melly Mistry. There have been some back and forth regarding several reasons as per sources that spoke to NDTV Profit and the reports that have been, coming up. What are these problems and what are these issues? Firstly, they are about how most of the decision-making power has been lying with, these are just allegations for now, so that most of the decision-making powers has been lying with Sir Noel Tata, and, how there has been a lot of ambiguity about the decisions being made by the board of Tata Sons. Apart from this, there is also some issue and confusion and some sort of dispute and back and forth about the appointments to the board of Tata Sons. We must also understand that this is one of the most, coveted, respectable, honorable corporate group of the country with a massive market cap. That is why the involvement of government also became a key, a highlight of the entire dispute, as the things started escalating between the two factions within, Tata Trust. Government intervened and there were discussions about, how to take this forward. Some resolutions were also, likely provided, and basically what came out of it was that some smooth transitioning or some smooth, de-escalation would happen. And today, the meeting is going to happen post 10 a.m. and we are going to be rolling out with developments as to what happens.